Okay, so see here, we have studied about the inconsistent values. Okay, so now coming to the next thing, that is duplicate data. Okay, so inconsistent value is nothing but that is inappropriate data. So duplicate data is nothing but, see, that is repeated data that is present in the data. Okay, so that is redundant data. So that is called as a duplicate data. So here some of the data objects, see, they will be present in a, that is one more copy form. Okay, so duplicate data objects. Okay, so which are almost duplicate of one another. So they will be present in the data. So that data will be present in the data. So again, it is not required for performing your data mining task. Okay, so duplicate data is nothing but, see, some of the data objects, see, they are going to appear multiple times in the data here. Okay, so they will be most similar to each other. Okay, so same data objects, they are appearing multiple times, which are very similar to each other. Okay, so for example, see, in the some of the systems, okay, so where the people will be sending mails, okay, and some people will be getting multiple mails here from the same person, because in the database of that person, the email ID of this person is appearing multiple times. Okay, so you'll be getting multiple mails here because that person is appearing multiple times in the database, because the same entity is present in multiple, that is tuples here. So because of that reason, see, many people get the duplicate mails. Okay, and see, it will be quite easy to detect and eliminate such kind of duplicate data. Okay, so see here, so duplicate data, see, it can be easily detected here. Okay, so for example, see, in some of the that is cases, see, if you got two or more objects, see, that are going to represent the same single object. Okay, so then what you're going to do is, see, you will find out that duplicate object which is appearing multiple times. Then you can eliminate that, you can remove that from your table. That is one thing which you can do. Suppose if the both the objects, if they represent the single object here. Okay, so sometimes the values of that attribute may differ here. Okay, suppose if it is not much consideration for you, okay, then what you can do is you can eliminate such duplicate objects here. Okay, and there will be one more thing which I need to take care here. So suppose if these data objects, okay, so if they are going to represent this single data object, okay, then I can combine them with each other. So if you have got the two data objects here which are representing the same that is a data object, then you can combine them and you can form a single data object, or you can eliminate that. Okay, but suppose if those data objects, okay, so if they are representing the two different objects here, okay, so even though they look like uh, yeah, same to each other, okay, so but see, they are representing the two different objects. If you try to combine them, okay, then say it will not be considered as a duplicate data. You need to maintain a separate copy whenever you got the two different data objects which look similar to each other, but they are not actually the same object here. Then you cannot, that is, combine such kind of data objects here. So you need to take care of such things. So that process is called as deduplication here. See, deduplication is nothing but, see, it is the process, see, where, so you try to maintain two different copies of the data objects which are not the same object or the actual object here. Okay, so you need to maintain a separate copy for such objects. For example, so you might have that is names of a person. Okay, so which will be similar. So name of the two different persons will be similar here, but they are representing the two different that is objects. Okay, so you can't combine such objects here. So you need to maintain a different copy for each of the objects. So that is the second issue you need to take care of in case of duplicate data. See, if you have got a duplicate data, say, one thing is you can find that data and you can eliminate that. So how you can eliminate? See, suppose if you have got the two that is tuples or the rows for the single object, which are actually representing a single object, then you can combine them, or you can eliminate one of the data object from the database. That is one thing which you can do. Suppose in the second case, you got the two data objects which are having some of the similar attribute values, but they are representing the two different data objects. Then in that case, you cannot combine them because they are representing the two different values here. So what you need to do is, see, you need to maintain a separate copy for each of the data object here. So that process is called as deduplication. See, in some of the that is databases where you are maintaining the information about a person, say two or more persons will be having the same name. Okay, so at that time you can't combine them into a single data object because they are representing the two different that is persons here. Okay, so that is the second thing that you need to take care of whenever you are dealing with the duplicate data. Okay, so this is about the different issues that are related to data quality. Okay, so that is we have seen the what is measurement and the data collection errors. Okay, and then we have seen what is the noise and the artifact. Okay, so after that we have seen see how we can measure the quality of the data, that is using the metrics like precision, bias, and then accuracy. So after that we have seen what is an outlier. Okay, so then we have seen what are the missing values and then what are inconsistent values, and then last one is the duplicate data. Okay, so now coming to the next thing, that is the issues related to the applications. Okay, so till now, see whatever we have seen. Okay, so that is with respect to the quality of the data at the source. Okay, so while collecting the data, so what are the different issues that are related to the data? Okay, so data quality that we have seen. Okay, so now coming to the quality of the data, that is with respect to application, that is while performing the analysis. So what are the issues they are going to arise, that we will study here. Okay, so now if I'm using the data for my application. Okay, so if that data is intended for my use, so then I am going to say that this data is of high quality. For example, see if you're performing the frequent item set, that is finding approach. Okay, where I want to find the items which are purchased frequently together. For example, I told that in case of the some of the grocery stores, see they will be keeping the bread and the butter together, or bread and the jam together. Okay, or if you got the electronic items like TVs and the DVDs will be kept together. Okay, so why they are going to keep? Because see, if a person is buying a bread, then there is a probability that he is also going to buy the butter or the jam. Okay, so that is such kind of that is analysis is called as frequent item set, that is generation. Okay, so for those generation of the frequent item sets, you need to have the data which is having all these attributes, that is the item names. Okay, and then the other that is the cost. Okay, and then other information you need to have. If you don't have such kind of data in your data set, then it will not be an appropriate data. So see, such kind of data will be of low quality data. Suppose if you got all such data which is required for frequent item set generation, then such data will be called as high quality data. Okay, so for my application, say I'm going to say the data is of high quality. Okay, so then see it will be called as a high quality data. See if it is used for intended use. See if it is not available for intended use, then such data will be called as low quality data. So now coming to the issues here. So first one is timeliness. Okay, so timeliness means, so what is the age of the data here? Okay, so whether it is a that is a data which is collected recently, or whether it is a data which is very old. Okay, so that is called as timelessness here. See here, some of the data it is going to age. Okay, so it is going to become old age as soon as you're going to collect that. So age of the data is also going to matter for performing my analysis. So for example, see if you got a data about the purchasing behavior of a customer at some of the online that is e-commerce sites. Okay, so see you will be collecting a data which is recent data. So you can't use the data which is old, that is the previous day data, you can't use for performing your analysis. See, you need to use the current data. Okay, so that is for example at this time, so what is the purchasing behavior of the customer that I need to take for performing my analysis. Okay, so that is the time here is, that is the current data. Okay, so suppose, see if the data is very old, if it is out of date. Okay, so then the models and the patterns which you are finding, they also be out of date here. So you can't use such of the models or the patterns for giving the results to the decision makers. So such kind of data will not be helpful for performing the analysis for the decision makers. So here the age of the data is also going to matter for the applications. So that is the first issue. Now coming to the second issue, that is relevance. Okay, Okay, so relevance is nothing but that is see how much accurate the data is for my application. Okay, so how much information that is present in the data will be helpful for performing my application, for performing my analysis. Okay, so for example, see if you're performing the that is if you're building a model for predicting the accident rate, okay, so of the drivers. See, then see the two of the attributes are, one is age and the gender. These are the two very important attributes which are used for predicting the accident rate of the drivers. Okay. Suppose if you don't have those age and the gender attributes in your data, then it will not be a relevant data. You can't call such kind of a data as relevant data. Okay. So if you got the irrelevant data, you can't build your model using that data. So you need to have a relevant data for performing your analysis. Okay. So next, third one, that is knowledge about the data. Okay. So knowledge about the data is nothing but it is just like your documentation which you're going to get with the data. For example, see if you buy a mobile phone, so you will be having one handbook that is called as a guide. So in that guide, you will be having details of how you need to use the mobile phone. Okay. So if you buy any kind of electronic item, see with that electronic item, you will be getting one handbook. See where details will be given how to use that electronic device. So that is the knowledge about the data here. So in the data also, so you'll be having a documentation. See that documentation is going to explain you about the different aspects of the data. It is just like your metadata. See how you got the information about the data in the metadata. So in the same way, see we'll be having a documentation here. So that documentation is going to explain the different attributes, features, or aspects of the data here. Okay, because it will be helping you for performing your further analysis. Okay. So here, see, I need to take care of two things here. So in case of document data, that is documentation, say some of the attributes will be strongly related here. So those strongly related data, that is data objects or the attributes will be redundant here. So in that case, what you can do is you can eliminate one of the data object here. So if you got two or more objects which are very similar to each other, see using the documentation or knowledge about the data. So what I can do is I can eliminate that redundant information. Okay. Or in the suppose if the documentation is very poor here, okay, so then it will not be helpful for you to perform the data analysis using the application. For example, see if you are unable to know about the missing values which are indicated in the data as minus 9999. So this minus 9999, say it is going to indicate a missing value or the null value. So in case of DBMS, we are going to indicate the missing value by null values. See here in the data mining task, say missing value will be indicated by minus 9999. See by looking at the document, see if you are not able to that is tell that this is a missing value, then also so you will not be able to perform your data analysis task here. So you need to have a good documentation, that is knowledge about the data which is present in the documentation in order to perform your analysis task. Okay. So this is about the issues that are related to the application. That is, one is timeliness. Say second one is that is about the relevance, and third one is that is about the knowledge about the data. Okay. So next topic, so I will discuss in the next class. Okay, so just wait for 5 minutes. I will take your attendance.